1, 2, 3, clap. Lots of doors. I was way out of sync.
I didn't even hear you start it.
You're busy quoting something. Hi, and welcome to Hey Buddy Nice Podcast. Over there in Scotland, limiting themselves to one purchase a month? Not quite. That's Brogan Hastings.
And over there, not getting my references, it's Wayne Giovinazzi.
Hey, look, I only know it's Ed, Ed, and Eddie because you've said so before, and you've drawn that terrible, terrible drawing.
I did. That was truly an art crime.
Gosh, I did an art crime this week, and I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. This comic was so bad, like, I was offended.
Wow.
And I didn't want to show it to anybody.
Wow. But
then I was forced to show it, and they said it was good. But I don't know. No. It's very extra fabulous. It's very Zach-like, if that makes sense. And basically, he makes his money on penis jokes and cum jokes. So
yeah.
Yep. So you can imagine. That was a funny comic you just imagined, wasn't it? So good.
I mean, I know that some of the things that you've drawn.
Oh, you know some of the things, yeah.
I know some of the things that you've drawn and said, we're going to read this on Podcast Within a Podcast, not so good at this. And I went, do we really have to? It's nothing wrong with the comments, I just don't want to read it out loud.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to see the reaction of someone in real time. That's what it is, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool. All right, we need to hit the nail on the head and go straight to feedback. Feedback, that's right. We started off last week, before the episode dropped, posting a survey on our Twitter, on our
Can we
X.
clarify this before we go any further?
Yes.
Wayne set this up. I found out about this
in the
5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Where we said, we'll get the results for that. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Hey,
so tell
it's
the people
not my
what you
fault
did.
You're staying off social media.
I'm not.
Put your finger on the pulse.
I still have social media.
Yeah. Okay, so about maybe 2 hours before posting our real episode last week, because we had Murder Party podcast for the second episode of the week. So our real episode of us talking, we talked about Brogan and top surgery, etc., and nipples, and how there is an option for 0 nipples. I posted the survey as a poll. All it said was nipples. The choice was yes or no. No context for these people. So some people were voting without context before hearing the episode. But resounding 80% say yes to nipples.
Oh.
For whatever reason. Whatever reason it happens to be. I mean, there's benefit to nipples, I guess.
I mean, why?
Look, I mean, sure.
Nipples on men are just a hangover from the fact that we all start out as women in the womb. And we all, and depending on the chromosomes, we all develop differently. But nipples on women, I get. Women who intend to breastfeed. Cool. Get it.
Nipples can be used for things other their intended purpose. Or like during events. Look, some people, oh my God. If you went no nipples, you could get the world's largest nipple clamp collection and have it for the love of the fucking game. And the proof of it would be having no nipples. You're like, I'm not a fucking poser. You'd be like, look at this. And then you display the clamps as well. Say, I do it for the love of them.
I mean, honestly, I really like that idea.
It's a good idea, right?
I like that idea.
Yeah. So yes, nipples serve other purposes than they're intended.
I just don't want the reconstruction part of it.
Yes, the woes, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't really care. Is it weird? Here's the thing. If after top surgery, no nipples, is it weird to walk around without a top?
Without
a t-shirt?
In this terrible cyberpunk world we live in, where we don't have the benefits of cyberpunk world, yes, it probably is kind of weird, but it's a statement, that's for sure.
Because, I mean, the reason that people born female cannot walk around without tops is because they got the titties.
Yeah.
And I said that and I was like, that really sounds like a disease.
I got a bad case of the titties. Fucking hell, man. I tell you, I was feeling okay on Wednesday, but I mean, I know it's a Friday, and it sounds like I'm making an excuse because I want a long weekend, but like the titties have hit me hard. It's just like right up in my face, and I feel just so congested.
I just feel it just doesn't feel like Brogan because I got a case of the titties.
Yeah.
What was it? Chris sent me something along those lines because Chris and I send each other the worst t-shirts imaginable, and we're like, I need this. What was the one that he sent me? I wish I had serotonin instead of these giant tits, and I'm like, mood, fucking mood. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a statement. I mean, I try and think of something else something I don't need on my body. Let's see. I mean, yeah.
I would like to say that when I very first went, because I'm not telling my dad about this because not until there's something to tell, really. But I'm
just
not
be
told.
One day surprise.
Pretty much.
Oh God.
Mostly because when this whole thing started with the surgery for the lump and that, I was telling him, and I made a joke. So my coping mechanism is dark humour, and I was like, oh, they could just take them off. There might be a bright side. And he's like, don't ever joke about that. What if I joked about that when, I was in the hospital, I was joking about losing my leg.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Derek, it significantly impacts your life losing a leg. It does not significantly impact my life losing my tits. Thank you very much.
It's hard because it is body augmentation, no matter what.
Yeah.
And that is very hard sometimes to stomach. The thought of it, it's like, wow, that is a major fucking change. It's it would be. I mean, some people would look at giant gauges in your ears the same way. It's like you're changing your ear. That's insane.
Yeah, and I suppose if I think about it from the other side, to think of people like getting breast enlargement, it's like, why? Yeah. But at the same time, if that's what you want, fucking good for you. Go for it. Hell yeah, bitch.
Yeah,
get
people
that
also
surgery.
get breast reduction as well for health reasons.
They absolutely do.
This is just the maximum breast reduction.
This is the maximum amount of breast reduction one can do. This is in the character creator. I am putting the slider down to 0.
All the way down. Yep.
All the way down.
Yep. But yeah, I see it as I don't know. A bold choice, but not in a bad way whatsoever.
I suppose the question would be for stuff like, if I went swimming, is it weird to wear men's swim shorts and nothing else? Like how men, go around the pool with them. It's
not. But you also have to consider, I mean, I don't know, the scarring.
Yeah.
I imagine there will be scars, and probably not insignificant scars.
Yeah.
So it depends how comfortable you are as well. Because if you're walking around just in a pair of board shorts with scars to display to everyone, it's something you would have to not care about or not be self-conscious about.
Yeah. In my head, I'm not. But at the same time, I don't know what it would look like. So...
Yeah,
that's something.
Yeah.
I would like to clarify, when I was talking about this, that's the kind of scenario I was talking about, not just randomly taking off my top in like the middle of the centre, in the middle of shopping, and being like, just because I can.
Let's see. I'm in the cold section, the frozen section. I need some frozen broccoli and some peas. Oh, that looks good. That's a nice looking ice cream. I'll get that. All right, let's go down the dry goods aisle. Oh, it's a little warm. Better...
I thought you were talking about whipping the top off in the middle of the frozen section. And honestly, God. If anything, that's just a fucking power move, because I wouldn't have nipples to...
Exactly, yep. Is it cold in here? I can't tell.
I don't know.
Brogan, I tell you though, there's one thing that absolutely I fucking hate.
What do you fucking hate?
And I live in Australia, right? Mm-hmm. So dickheads walking around without shirts...
I don't think I would do that in general.
Especially when it's in like a shopping centre or something like it happens.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's certainly when I'm talking about it, that's not what I'm thinking thinking of. I'm thinking like, specifically, I'm thinking walking from my bedroom to the bathroom across the hall. Is that weird?
It really depends. Because currently you live at home. It depends how comfortable you and your family are currently with various states of dress.
Yeah.
Like, does Derek walk around the house without a shirt on?
Not really, but Mitchell used to.
Okay. Well, okay. So there's already some sort of familiarity within that household. The house is familiar with it, at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just definitely. It's the normal occasions you would see a person without a t-shirt, not walking around without a t-shirt at family events, at shopping places. That's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I wonder if it would be weird.
I mean, look, it's your house too. You live there. In my house, as far as I'm concerned, my level of dress is whatever the fuck I want. And most of the time, it's not necessary. Like, if it's a hot day, my God, it was so hot the other day, I streamed in a tank top.
Wow.
Yeah, right? That's how fucking hot it was.
Can I just say, I am so excited to be able to wear tank tops properly. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I have a tank top that I wear when I'm on the treadmill and it's fucking annoying and see. Oh, I am so fucking excited.
But if it's a tank top and no support, I can imagine that being especially annoying.
Put it this way, there's a reason I exercise at home.
Yep.
Yeah.
No one wants to go
annoying.
to a gym. No.
Oh
my God. Nobody wants to go to a gym. We'll put a pin in that, but we have to come back to it. I'm going to write it down right now.
Okay.
We will come back to this.
Okay.
Because we're still talking about current events and listener feedback, or is that what we'd call it?
I would say so. So we had the feedback on the poll, and I will say, so we were talking obviously about my voice and stuff. And it's never something I've really seriously thought about it. It's more like thoughts that have crossed my mind. Not seriously, I need this done.
Yeah.
So when I was there, I kind of put it out to the doctor that this is what I'm thinking, because I would rather mention it to him and not go ahead with it than not mention it and wonder. I did get a nice couple of messages from a couple of folks about my voice and how, basically echoing what you said on the thing. It's just Brogan.
Yeah.
You know. So, which is quite funny, because when I was younger, and my mum actually pointed this out, when I was younger I used to do this thing quite often when I was put in dresses, and honestly that was a sign, really. When I was a little kid, they were like, you know, what's wrong? And I'd be like, it just doesn't feel like Brogan. And I would be like, through tears.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So yeah. I honestly don't think I'll go ahead with the voice hormone treatment thing. But I'm glad that I put it out there, and I'm very grateful to those who got back to me on that, because it was nice.
Yeah.
It was nice.
I had a secondary thought on this after we talked about it, and in terms of how your voice sounds, I realized that you just sound Scottish, and no, that's not in a funny way.
Okay,
I feel like Scottish, even people of the female gender, they don't have necessarily the same kind of range in pitch to my ear. I don't know. It's like, if you walk into your workplace, do you hear some people who have higher, like, very girly voices, like very high pitched? Okay, because it seems like in media and everything, it's all more of a mid to lower range.
That's because there's like 3 Scottish actors that are on stuff outside of Scotland itself. Name 4 Scottish actors.
I'm also talking on TikToks and Instagrams and stuff like that, on Reels.
Okay.
On the interwebs.
Yep.
Karen Gillan.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have to go female?
No.
Okay. Well, then we've got your boy, Peter Capaldi.
Yes.
Sean Connery.
Mm-hmm.
Sean
Connery's no longer working, so I'm not counting him.
Oh, you're not counting Sean Connery?
I'm not counting Sean Connery.
Okay. Are we counting...
because it's a one in, one out system.
Yep. So I'm only on 2, am I?
You're only on 2.
Okay. What's his name? Captain Jack Harkness. What's his name?
He doesn't count because his accent is American.
Come on.
No,
he's Scottish.
He doesn't count because the point we're talking about is voice.
Okay. All right.
But you're right, he is Scottish, and he does
I know he's
put on a Scottish accent sometimes, but when he's working, it's American accent, always.
Yep. Oh, David Tennant, of course.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. There is a... see, I'm stuck on Mike Myers. So one more facts on here, Jim. He ain't Scottish, no. All right. With the Scottish accent. Gosh, that makes it harder. And you're wiping out Sean Connery, so that's a bit rude.
Because he's not actively working. Like I say, it's a one in, one out system.
Yeah. I was out skating the other night, right? Mm-hmm. And Sam quoted Sean Connery, but was actually quoting Shannon. Because back in the game days, Shannon loved looking up to Sean Connery for the most terrible of reasons.
God.
Like, there's a Sean Connery quote along the lines of, 5 no's and 1 yes is still a yes. And I think it's fair game to hit a woman as long as it's an open hand.
I think I remember him saying that. He is a horrible human being.
Yes. Yeah, that's right.
Can we hit Sean Connery back? Because if that's his stance, then, you know what? Fucking fair game.
You can hit Daddy back as long as it's with an open hand.
Don't ever refer to him as that again.
All right, we'll see if I can get it by the end of the episode. Another Scottish actor or actress, which I think they're all fine being called actors. I don't know. I'm
okay with them all being called actors.
Yeah, I'm taking my lead from what I heard Matt say one time. That's all.
Yeah.
We got anything else to go with the nipple talk? Oh my god, have no nipples but still get a piercing there.
Ooh. I don't know if I see. I never really wanted a piercing, and there's the whole thing about that getting caught on clothes and stuff. No. Would I get a tattoo there? Possibly. Especially
well, people do
there's
get chest tattoos anyway. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, there's chest tattoos, and if depending on how the scars look. I mean, I'm not opposed to scars. I think scars are quite cool.
I mean, there's a difference between I got this scar from a fight and I got this scar from surgery.
Hey, after a while, people don't know where the fuck you got that scar from. You just make
shark
that shit
bit
up.
off my titties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prove otherwise.
It's in the ocean. I got a bad case of the titties from a shark. It's like, oh my god.
Do you know what? That is a great bit to do, and just stare melancholy out at the sea. Yeah. I know he's out there. Fucking titty thief.
Stole my titties. Shark's just swimming around, jiggling. Jiggle physics on the shark.
It's amazing. That is amazing. Yeah.
Hang on, let me write this down for something that needs to be drawn.
Moby Tit.
Shark. What did you say?
Moby Tits.
Moby Tits. Oh my god. Okay. Shark with titties. In brackets. Moby Tits. You know, there's a Moby Tits that I'm surprised because it's Moby Dick already. I wonder if Moby Tits exists. It should be a thing. It really should. And if it isn't, then just like just like art crimes, it's a terminology coined technically by you.
Yeah.
But by Hey Buddy Nice Podcast by association. Yes.
I mean, if you've ever if Scottish people have no consideration of their own safety when it comes to sea life. I think I sent you that video with the guy on the surfboard and the killer whale swims up to you. He's like, "What are you doing here?
Yeah.
Get to fuck, you fucking junkie. I'm not dying today."
Yep. Do you know what? I was about to go Michael J. Fox. But that means I'm confusing... Nope. I know it's Canadian. Because I'm confusing the whatever Canadian Winter Olympics with the Scottish Commonwealth Games. and Michael J. Fox was in like the opening ceremony of the Winter Olympics, and then a whole bunch of Scottish people were in the opening ceremony of the Commonwealth Games. For those of you who don't live in a Commonwealth country, the Commonwealth Games are kind of like the Olympics, but for countries like Australia who can win, top of the medal tally. Yep.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Right, so any other user feedback? User feedback? Yeah, let's go with that. I like that.
Yeah.
User feedback. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I genuinely am always grateful to hear the support or thoughts on stuff like this, because it's hard to think about and explain.
Yeah.
You know? I couldn't explain it to certainly to my mum for a long time, where I was like, look, here's a thing that I'm thinking and feeling. And she's like, I don't understand. And I'm like, great, me neither. So I can't even explain it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
I mean, it is lucky to have a sounding board from... I mean, some people are strangers who listen to this, obviously. But, I mean, people I think that can be considered friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah. I'm also happy to answer any questions that people have, either privately or on the podcast.
Okay, I've got a question. I have a question.
Okay.
If a train leaves Chicago going at 75 miles an hour, and a train leaves North Dakota going 73 miles an hour, and the variant wind speed behind the train coming from Chicago is 74 miles an hour, what time are they going to cross paths in North Dakota?
7:44 p.m.
Okay, cool. I'm glad we could work that out. It's been bothering me for a long time, and I figured that only you could answer that question.
Let me clarify. In relation to what we were talking about regarding non-binary, that kind of thing. I mean, I can answer your questions. I cannot guarantee you my answer will be correct in any other question. You're free to ask them.
Yeah.
But,
all questions answered are still, even in relation, personal and experience-based.
Yes. Because here's the thing.
Ask your doctor if Zoloft is right for you. I don't know what Zoloft is. Ask your doctor
if Brogan is right for you.
Yeah.
But, like, I get that it's a hard thing to understand. Yeah. I mean, we've got more language for it nowadays, but certainly, like, you know, I'm pretty sure that my mum and dad both expected me to turn around and say I was gay, but not specifically that, hey, I'm not a girl. That's actually one thing that will annoy me. I am okay with any pronouns, but I think if somebody insists that I'm a girl, I will get pissed off.
Yeah.
I really think I will. I don't know what I would do about it. Probably just be a huffy little shit about it. But, you know, I don't know.
That's the best way to be about anything. Just be a huffy little shit.
Who knows?
Ooh, wow. That wasn't even dancing hands. That was like... That was flailing.
That was slapping. That was like
you were drowning.
Slapping all the bitches.
Yeah. You slapping them shark titties from below. That's what that was.
Playing the shark titties, yeah.
Playing them. Oh, what an instrument. I can hear it now. It sounds a little wet though, like because it's underwater. Yep. But the shark also has to be constantly on the move, otherwise it will just die. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's hard to play. It's a hard instrument. It's easy to play, hard to perfect.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
I mean, the hardest thing to perfect is the nipple cripple, where it makes the shark do a little squeal. Mm-hmm. It's a tone it's a legendary tone. Yeah. Some maestros of the instrument, it's like
some people even say it. Some people even deny it exists.
Yeah.
So you'll go to all that effort and nothing will happen.
The problem is, though, some of these sharks are Scottish sharks, so, like, the tone, it doesn't quite get up to the high registers. All right, so, yeah, feel free to reach out to Brogan for anything. You can reach out to me. I mean, I won't have anything good to say. I mean, not necessarily good. Helpful. I may not have anything helpful. Constructive, yes. I will not have anything constructive or reconstructive like a nipple. Yeah. I mean, you can ask my opinion. I mean, why not? All right, so we were talking about the gym, right? And going to the gym.
Yes.
The other day, I was doing a drawing stream. I've done a lot of drawing streams this week. Like, I've drawn like 6 comics this week.
I've seen that, yeah. It's like every day I'm waking up and there's a little notification that you went online while I was sleeping. I'm like, oh.
Let me tell you why. Because I don't get to sleep. So
yes.
I don't get that privilege. And when I do, I get it stolen away from me by loud radio outside my bedroom.
It's cruelly ripped away from you.
I was feeling bad about getting home late every night, like beyond midnight, and like closing my car door quietly, getting my keys out all quietly. Now I just don't give a fuck.
No.
I just don't
Nobody
care.
else does.
Exactly. So yeah, I was doing this comic stream, and it was at an irregular time. And someone dropped into the chat, and I've been having a real hard time reading people's names recently on chat. So like, oh, hi. And I'm like, oh, hi there. The Ralrajo. What? I can't read your name. I'm just going to call you Dar. And then I look closer. And then at the same time as I'm reading it, he says, the real RJ Owens. I'm like,
oh my
RJ.
God.
Oh, it's RJ.
You're an idiot.
Don't I feel like a fool?
You're an idiot.
Yeah, I am. So, yeah, having a little chat with RJ while I'm drawing, making jokes, which is good. Catching up on the world of RJ as well. See, because I haven't been able to listen to Two Characters and a Clown and stuff, I don't know what's public. I mean, he said it in a public forum. Okay, good. So, he's talking about having, because he loved performing at Folsom. I don't know how it's pronounced.
In California.
He said it recharged him creatively.
Good.
And goddamn does he love doing magic. And I told him.
He really does.
I'd been watching the Bucket Show, like the old Bucket Show in the White Room, Oogog Studios, where bullshit was filmed. Episode 3, 4, whatever it was, RJ Owens, guest performer. And I say, it's great. And that he said that he's wants to do more magic and is working on a little magic show, small intimate thing for Vegas.
He has mentioned this, I believe.
Okay, good.
So,
well, he mentioned it in a public forum on stream, so
yeah.
There you go. And I'm like, that would be amazing because RJ, seriously, I loved everything about Jacob's Whiskey Barbecue. My favorite thing was you doing intimate magic for a small group of people at that table in Jacob's house.
Loved it. That was so cool.
That was great. Amazing. So I'm drawing my comic, and it's about it was a real world interaction turned into a comic, basically. So the other day went on. Have you ever done buddy errands?
I don't know what a buddy errand is. So
okay, so buddy errands. It's something that I saw like a meme about saying normalize buddy errands, just like calling up your friend saying, "Hey, I need to go do this, this, and this. You in?" It's like, I need to go to this shop. I need to go buy this. Do you want to hang out and do that with me right now?
It's been a few years since I've done it, but yeah.
Yeah. So that basically, I was out on buddy errands with Sam, like hitting up different shops and stuff like that. And one of the places we passed was it looks like a supplement store. And I said, oh, we have to go in there to see if they sell Sneak Energy drink.
Ooh.
And Sam said, no, it's actually a gym. I'm like, oh. Well, that's sad. And on the way back out of where we were going, I look up and there's this big faded sign and it said, get shredded. And I'm like, the only shredded I'm interested in is cheese. So I basically turning that real world interaction into a comic. So I'm drawing a gym, right? And then me and RJ, we just start making jokes about the gym. And I'm like, well, a gym has a door, so I must draw a door. And it should be a double door. Oh, we got a question in the back. Looks like Raul. No, sorry. It's Brogan.
Not so much a question, but more an observation. Regardless of the fact that I know that you mean GYM, and you're talking about the place that people do exercises.
Yep.
All I can think is the Gym Jobin.
Of course. That's why during the whole stream, I was referring to it as a gime. What's a gime? Oh, a gime. So, yeah, drawing a GYM. And I'm like, a gym has a door. I should draw a door on it. I like to think a gym would have a double door. And then RJ says, yeah, for the fatties to get in. I'm like, of course, yeah, for all the fatties to get in. I'm like, but then again, you would have like maybe one side would be entry, one would be exit. So the fatties come in, they do their workout, lose 30 calories, and then go to the shake bar, because I assume all gyms have a protein shake bar, down a protein shake, gain an extra 18 calories, and then they leave slightly skinnier out the other door, which is a bit smaller. And me and RJ were just making all these jokes about fatties. And then I realize anyone who's watching this or listening to it after the fact are probably thinking that I'm just a fucking asshole fatty hater. Because they don't know I used to be like 150 fucking kilo.
Oh, yeah.
Because mentally, I'm making these jokes still as a fat person.
Yeah. You've
and
still got
RJ's had the same
brain.
surgery as me.
Yeah.
So it's like anyone who's seeing this, like, man, what a couple of fucking cunts, right? it was like the next day that I realised that.
I love the fact that you're like, oh, lose 13 calories and then drink a protein shake and gain 18 calories. Do you know how much I would give for a protein shake that was 18 calories?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, holy shit. My morning ones are 90.
Yeah.
And my, like, proper, I've done an exercise one is 149.
If we wanted truth and humour, I would do the research before making a statement.
I know, but still, I was like, oh my God. I think I would cry if I only lost 13 calories, if I only burned 13 calories.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, burned.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good.
That's depressing.
Yeah, so it was good talking to RJ, making these jokes and that, but then, terrible thinking that, oh my God,
in
that's
hindsight,
not good. Yeah.
Out of context.
Because it's kind of like, even now, I feel like I'm saying, whoa, I used to be black. It's like that. It's like, okay. It doesn't seem like the jokes can still be made. It's so fucking weird. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it feels odd. But yeah. But buddy errands were fun as well. I highly recommend. Like, because I enjoy...
We do buddy errands when we go to Vegas,
yeah.
because that's what 7-Eleven walk is.
Exactly. It's basically a buddy errand, yeah. Mm-hmm. Going to get a coffee. That's how it started anyway. You were joining in on that. Yeah. Because it is the exact time to shoot the shit. And I love nothing more than, like, when we were walking around Dick's Sporting Goods or whatever it is, I would point at something and, like, make a joke about it. I love nothing more than doing that.
Oh.
So, yeah, it's good. Where did we go? We went to a place called Spotlight, because that's where I got my space cat. Have I shown you this yet? The space cat?
I think you sent me a couple of pictures, yeah.
Yeah. So it's got space cat on it. It's art talk. Because Sam wanted black paper and all that stuff, so because they do UV artworks sort of stuff. Like, I don't have any photos or anything, but at Bush Duffs, they will do like body paint sort of things on like people's arms and that. Yeah. And it's like UV, so it's all like reacting to all the lights, and that looks really cool. I have to get a photo because they got a mannequin that they've done up. I might have one somewhere. So yeah, they want black paper to practice that on. So we're walking through Spotlight, and Spotlight is the worst of worst places. Anytime you go there, nothing is where it should be, and nobody wants to help you, and the people who are there are just not friendly. I've never had a good experience there. That's why last time when I got that little book, that this is not an art book. This is not an art pad. This is a scrapbooking book. So because it's got the little tassel on it that you tie to keep it closed. So it's not the highest quality paper, but it's good for what I want. But it was online, on sale, usually $5 for $3.75. So I'll do that, and I'll do click and collect. That way I don't have to go in there and find it myself. I don't have to pay for delivery. And they'll tell me, yep, come get it. But they also give you a $5 voucher to use on your next purchase.
Ooh.
So I'm paying $3.75 and getting $5 free on my next purchase. This is net like $1 something, is it?
You literally just walked in there and they gave you $2. Exactly,
yeah. Which came off my new high quality, very adult bedding. My high quality adult bedding. Super Mario Brothers. Quilt cover and pillowcase.
Nice.
And it's not great. It isn't good.
Is it not good?
They're advertising it as like, oh, it was $79, now $29. It's like, if this is $79, people are going to die because this material feels extra flammable.
Wow.
Yeah. But hey, I got $5 off of it, and I'm using it, so the pillowcase is fine. It's like, I don't know. Oh, no, I'm not using an IKEA quilt.
Do you think it's the kind that needs washed first, like it's just super starchy?
Maybe. I don't know. It's very thin, which is what you want in our climate sometimes, I guess. But yeah, that was the only interaction I've ever had at Spotlight, though, was picking that up where the person was really nice and I didn't hate the interaction. I didn't hate going into the store.
Good.
Yeah. But I was also looking for an eraser, right? And they're expensive as fuck just for a little plastic fucking eraser. I'm like, it's a 3-pack for like $4. I'm like, what? I'd pay 50 cents for one. Like,
do you get like we have in WH Smith's where they've got like the rows of pens, so you could just buy a pen or pencil and rubber individually? Yeah.
Well, some places do, but I don't know if you can buy a. You said a rubber.
It's what it's always been called to me.
I know, right? But I had to stop doing that when people would be like, rubber. So it can only be an eraser now. But yeah, Officeworks do that where they got like pens, because that's where I got my my pencils for this black book. But yeah, I had an eraser that I took, so it was fine. So someone had an eraser for me. Where else did we go? We went to a sporting goods store.
Ooh.
An outdoor adventure store, let's call it that. I wanted to buy a bow and arrow. My God, I wanted it so bad.
How much was it?
$70.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. It's not terrible.
I would have bought it. I think I would have bought it. I think I would have made an exception for my one purchase.
I was going to say, you're only allowed to buy it on payday.
Yeah. I think.
But then go on.
I was going to say, I think either if it was on sale and it was like, clearance, I would just buy it. But I would probably, I would be like, I'm going to wait until payday, and then payday came around and like, I can finally buy it.
Yeah. But I was kind of umming and ahhing, and then I was informed that my buddy, who I was erranding with, already has one.
Ooh.
For starters, why the fuck have they never told me this? I mean, I can probably guess why, because I would destroy something. That's just me. The cat in me would just destroy something.
Yes.
Frankly. But yeah, I'm not made for the outdoors, I don't think, looking at all the stuff that they had there. Right.
I think I like the idea of the outdoors, but just I'm not a person suited to it, really.
Yeah.
I do like when you go into these kind of stores and they've got their little, energy bars and all the goodies.
Your Cliff bars,
Yeah, I fucking love a good Cliff bar.
Yeah. There's one thing that's putting me off the most, and that is ticks. I don't want ticks on my body.
No. But,
no.
Oh, well, I suppose I was going to be like, what the fuck? But I'm forgetting that at the same time, you're in Australia.
I'm in Australia, yeah. Yep. Yeah, we went to some other shops and stuff, grocery shopping, that was for me. Then we were like, okay, so we should have some lunch. And we were going to go, so this is all near IKEA, right? The big IKEA in Perth. There's a place called Sushi Wawa. And it's like, I don't really eat sushi, but I looked at their menu and it's like, okay, there's a few things I'd eat. And we got there and it was packed at like 2 p.m. It's like still school holidays, I guess, but we were so disappointed. And we had to go to Heel Thy Burgers. That you're familiar with the Heel Thy, but yes, it's a grilled. And I hate that place so much because they claim healthy burgers. And the burger we got was healthy fried chicken. It's like, motherfucker, it is fried in oil. It is not healthy.
Was it vegetable oil?
Oh, yeah. You don't fry anything in lard. Fuck that. Unless it's duck fat. Yep. So yeah, buddy errands. It's helpful because I feel like it's easier to get shit done.
Yeah. You have to be accountable to somebody.
Yeah, probably. That's probably it. Yep.
Buddy errands. Take your buddy to Walmart for 2.5 hours.
No, yeah. Hey, sure. Like, look.
There's not even you don't even have anything to say to that. Just like, yeah, okay.
If it was me. We wouldn't have been there for 2 hours. We wouldn't have been there that long.
I know that. that. And you know what? It was a really good excuse for me to kind of guilt you into going to Penn and Teller with me.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
when I feel sick, I need to go to Penn and Teller. You're like, okay, I'm looking now.
But, oh, yeah, we did that in Walmart, didn't we? We bought the tickets in Walmart.
We did.
Oh, because we sat up on the balcony, of course. Yeah. Yep.
We were literally standing at one of the displays and I was like propped against it like, I need to leave now.
I mean, you also weren't eating. You hadn't eaten.
I hadn't eaten.
Yeah, you're not saying you weren't eating. You hadn't.
I hadn't expected to be at Walmart for 2.5 hours.
No one did. No one did. If it was me, I would have known what we were going in for. I would have been like, I want to hit this section, this section, this section. Brogan might like to see this and this.
Yeah.
That's how it would have gone down. Yep.
Yeah. And then I was like, can we go to Olive Garden? It's like, we need to go to this other Walmart first.
Oh, did we? We did, didn't we? What were we
and I'm
fucking
like
up?
sitting in the back like a child crying.
What the fuck was needed from this other Walmart?
It was a microwave or a kettle or something.
Oh, it was a fucking
I don't even
toaster.
think you guys got it. Yeah,
no, it was a toaster. My God, I tell you.
I can laugh about it now because it is funny. It is really funny.
It's just a reflection of me. That's all. That's all.
The only thing I'm sad about is that we didn't have time to go to Olive Garden before Penn and Teller.
Yeah. I
can't
even remember what we did for food in that night.
We went to Penn and Teller and then we...
Was that the terrible, horrible, no good night? I don't think it was.
I don't... No, I think it was actually.
Oh, God.
I think,
yeah. That would have been
Chinese.
day one. That was day one.
That was day one. Oh, it was hard going.
Yeah.
I should say that I did eat between Walmart and Penn and Teller because we got back to the room and
absolutely.
I literally tore open the box of little Pokemon things and just shoved them into my mouth.
Nom, 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 nom.
Nom, nom, nom.
So yesterday I had my own errands to run, right? Because I've been looking for a partition, foldable wall thing, room divider, privacy screen to put behind me, right, for streaming. Because it's just a big open room and I feel like it looks kind of weird. So I just wanted something behind me. I've been watching a lot of art streams lately. And just random streams while I'm home alone and not out of the house. And it seems like a good idea. Even Jim, Dr. Jim, not GYM. Dr. Jim had something behind him when he was our... Was he our first guest? No, he was our second guest. He was our first guest proper on Hey Buddy Nice podcast. And ever since seeing that behind him, it's always been in the back of my head that I need something like that. I'm looking online. I'm looking at all these furniture stores, like $300 fucking dollars, man.
Jeez, oh.
Yeah. And then it's like, okay, I'll look secondhand on like Facebook Marketplace, like $200. Like, that ain't worth it. And then there was a listing for a pop-up Elgato green screen. Asking $125. I said, would you take $100? He said, yes.
Nice.
And it's as new condition. So I went to pick that up and... Sam messaged me for whatever reason. I think just saying, do you want to hang out? I was like, actually, yeah, I'm having a good day. So sure. I don't feel like a terrible person. Let's do it. And we ended up doing more errands. Sam needed potting mix for their cactuses. So we went to a place that sells the potting mix and the soil and that. Then also like, I need like a cheap bag. So we went to Bunnings, the local big hardware store. Like they're called Bunnings Warehouse because they're giant warehouses, and also got like a couple of pots and like hose attachments and stuff. And then we get to the potting mix, and there was that kind of awkward moment. It's like, who's picking this up? This is like a big 25-liter. It's got some weight to it thing.
Yeah,
and I don't care, and so I'm holding like a couple of pots and stuff, and then Sam just picks it up and then looks at me and is like, or do you want to carry it because like the whole masculine identity thing? And I'm like, actually no, because I think it's more funny if I'm carrying all this light stuff and you're carrying the heavy fucking bag. So people walking by are just like going to be like, man, what a fucking asshole. So walking past some people, I point to like a big heavy thing on a shelf. I was like, oh, can you just get that for us as well? So I hope people heard, because I feel like that's a good bit to do. Yeah.
It's like, I am a delicate flower.
Yes, exactly. I'm not carrying potting mix. I'm not getting my nails dirty.
These are artist hands.
That's right.
These are not made for manual labor.
These are made for playing the shark titties. And that is it.
Yep.
Speaking of playing things, how are you going with video games, etc.?
Yeah, I took a long break just because whenever I wasn't like watching, because I was quite often on the treadmill, and you can't play a game on the treadmill because honestly,
that would be
it's hard. It's honestly, I was on the treadmill last night and I was watching Renegade for Life, which is the Let's Play, but it's Team 4 Star and it's Vegeta playing it. I enjoy them because they're stupid. It's really, really fucking hard to keep walking while you're seeing all this like darting about. And you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I'm trying to go back and clear some of the trophies. So I started Sackboy before the end of the year, and I'm almost done. I just need to do the multiplayer trophies. Looks pointedly at Wayne,
who doesn't have PlayStation Plus at the moment to be able to play them online with you. I think I need PlayStation Plus.
Maybe. We were going to have a look at that, but who knows?
But there are other people that exist besides me. And it doesn't have to be randoms. There's people that we know on the internet who have Sackboy, the Super Adventures of, I don't remember what it's called, A Big Adventure, the Grand Adventure of Sackboy. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
We know people who have sacked many boys. What? That doesn't... No.
Let's moving on. But,
let's go back to the shark titty jokes. Yeah.
So yes, I've got all the trophies for that apart from the multiplayer ones, which is good.
Yeah.
I've also got... I also re-downloaded Destroy All Humans.
Yes.
I am only one trophy away from the platinum, and it's you have to ace all the challenges. And I was like, it's been a while. I bet I could do this. And then I opened it up and I was like, oh, this is why I took off the PlayStation in the first place.
I can't do this.
It's honestly, I started looking it up, and it is specifically the level I'm on. So there's like 3 or 4 challenges per level or region, wherever it is.
Yeah.
And one of the regions that I'm on, Area 42. So there's stuff like there's race, rampage, abduction, and something else.
I'm fine with abduction and the other thing, but I don't see race.
Right? Yeah. So it's the rampage and abduction one that I'm really struggling with in Area 42. And I looked it up and I was like, is there like something that I'm missing that I'm just like I have to get a specific item or whatever? And no, literally the internet is full of people saying, why the fuck is this so difficult? And
this is the remake as well,
This is a remake. Yeah.
They should have like fucking made it easier. Maybe they made it harder.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, so the problem is you need to get, so to ace the challenge, you need to get a 3-star rating, and it's got like a little bar that fills up. And the most I can get for the rampage one, which is you have to, it tells you what to do. It's like destroy all the tanks, make all the tanks explode, whatever. Cool, I can do that. So you're running around the area, destroying the tanks by whatever means necessary. And even then, it's only just getting to the first star as the time runs out. And you're like, what the fuck am I missing here?
And do you have to do them all in the same run, or can you do them one at a time in the run? Like I'm going to focus on rampage in this run, and I'm going to focus on abduction this time.
So each challenge is separate. So just rampage is only rampage. You're only looking to destroy the things. Abduction is only abduction because it's got the light that comes down, and you have to follow it and like throw things into it, including like planes and stuff. Which are telekinesis.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a 3-star rating and you're only hitting 1 star, there is something. There is definitely something that's being missed.
There's a lot of people. It can be done, but like when people say, so for like abduction, you need to get 90 points.
Yeah. And
people are getting like 90, 91 with like a second to go.
Yeah.
You know, nobody's getting, like there's been challenges, like the race challenge where you've got to like follow the beacon or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I'm beating that in like well before the 3-star rating.
Yeah.
So
I wonder if it's like, you ever play Angry Birds?
I'm aware of Angry Birds. I don't think I ever actually played it.
Okay, well, see, you're probably too young for the heyday of good phone games. But anyway, I'm not saying Angry Birds is a good phone game.
What's the one that was Guitar Hero with the tapping?
Like Tap Hero and stuff like that. There's a few like that, yeah.
Yeah. I like
No,
that.
I'm talking like where you like the game where you got to like guide the planes in and stuff and drop 7, as opposed to this fucking pay to win shit nowadays.
Oh my God.
Which is what
really
Angry
all
Birds
is.
has turned into.
Yeah.
But no, like with Angry Birds, a lot of it is you have to shoot the bird in the exact right spot to make the chain reaction happen. Otherwise, you're not going to get your 3 stars and shit like that. Or you pay to win and use the super monkey bird or whatever, and that kills everything straight away. Yeah. It might be like that where you have to do something specific.
Yeah. I'm going through some of the forums just now to see what, people are saying on how to do it. Because I would quite like to go back and clear some of them. Yeah. The ones that are sitting there that I'm like, it's so close and yet so far.
Yeah.
And even though I'm doing this, there's a couple of games that I did turn off that I'm like, I actually hate this. Heavenly Bodies, which is like a space game. I got 25% of the way. I completed the game, 25% trophies, and I'm like, I fucking hate this.
Yeah, if you've completed the game and only gotten 25% on the playthrough, that's not a good sign.
No, well, on the trophies, because...
yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. It's because you have to do all the extra stuff, like, and you have to do one in a particular kind of mode, and Newtonian mode, where it's like, you literally have... There is, like, no gravity whatsoever. There's no friction, there's no gravity. You are just a little person, and you are,
Just
like...
a little guy.
Just a little guy, desperately grabbing at the thing.
Just wanting any friction.
Well, it's like... what was that game? WSOP, where you had the person... you like
World
each
Series
button...
of Poker? You're thinking QWOP. QWOP.
That was it. QWOP.
QWOP. Yep.
QWOP.
The running simulator.
Yes.
That's a good game.
Yes. That is what Heavenly Bodies is like.
Oh, really? Oof.
Yeah.
QWOP
Try
is
that in space.
Those who don't know, QWOP is a browser-based game where you use the keys on your keyboard, QW to control one leg and OP to control the other. Like the Q does your upper leg, the W moves your lower leg on the left, and then the other keys on the right. And it's about getting the right tempo and everything to get your guy to run a certain distance. And it's very fucking annoying.
It's very fucking annoying because if your guy falls over, then you have to start again.
Oh, yeah.
And the guy falls over all the time.
And if he's half fallen over, you can sort of still make him like drag himself along. And it's like, do I even bother? Do I even bother? So, yeah. So Heavenly Bodies must be terrible. Yeah, exactly. Whatever, like R for reset or whatever.
And it's so annoying because I'm trying to complete all this and then I look around and I'm like, but there's so many good games that I want to play.
Yeah.
I want to go back and finish Alan Wake. I only just started it, but I feel like I should finish off these other ones first. Because I want to be able to play Alan Wake too. I've got Final Fantasy Strangers of Paradise sitting there. I've got... And there's some good stuff coming up on the PlayStation Store that I'm like, I want.
Yeah,
Even though I mean... I can only buy them one day a month.
One day a month. But yeah, I mean, I've fallen off playing video games a whole bunch. Like, one of the reasons is because I'm focusing more on art streams now instead of video games. But I also, my interest is very hard to be kept, basically.
Yeah.
Because I've still got Cyberpunk sitting there. I turned on Cyberpunk for the first time this year, today. And
wow.
I played it for like an hour and a quarter. All I did was get out of the area I was in, which was fun. A little bit of shooty time for like 10 minutes. Then I was like, I treated it like a real RPG, like immersion. Like I walked to this train station, got on the train, rode it all the way to my stop, walked to my apartment, changed my clothes, turned off the game.
Brutal.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
It's good. It's fun. It's fun to do that, just to like immerse, because you see things, you look around. It's a nice looking game, so it's something to do. But and then like I started The Last of Us as well, which I've been playing, and I'm like, I don't want to sink time into playing a game. I think, yeah.
That's kind of how I felt about Sackboy, because I'm like, I mean that some of the trophies on that are stupidly hard.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is supposed to be like baby's first platinum. Why is this so hard?
It is not Astrobot. Come on.
It's not Astrobot. I thought it was.
I had platinumed Astrobot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually want to play that again. It's a good game.
Well, that was the thing. That's how I expected Sackboy to be, and I'm like, it's just not. And don't get me wrong, there's a good cast of characters on it. Like, as in, you've got Don French, you've got Richard E. Grant, and you've got the guy who does the voice of Sergey.
Of Sergey? From
the meerkat.
Oh, you mean that guy who lives in Perth?
And that's not fucking him, unless he's English.
No, it is absolutely not him. Lying motherfucker.
Yeah. But no, he does the voice of the guy that has the shop.
Zoom Zoom. Yeah. Of course. It sounds pretty much the fucking same.
Yeah. It was when I was looking it up, I was like, I recognise some of these voices. Who are they? And then I was like, hang on, I know that name. Why? Clicked on it. Yeah. Meerkat voice. I'm like, oh, yeah.
I mean, I enjoy Sackboy Big Adventure, but to me, it's not a Little Big Planet game. That's why it's not called Little Big Planet, I guess. But no, Little Big Planet 1, 2, and 3, different style of game. I enjoy more. It's a platformer, 2D style platformer with a couple of layers. But you got, like, again, Stephen Fry, Hugh Laurie. The cast is always great in these games.
I remember Stephen Fry being like the narrator because I was big into Fry and Laurie when that came out. And I'd be like, oh my God, Stephen Fry.
Yeah. And I think with number 3, Stephen Fry didn't even know that Hugh Laurie was the voice of the protagonist.
That would surprise me.
Sorry, antagonist. My bad. Ant is bad, pro is good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I think we're at time, Brogan. Anything else of impotence that you would like to discuss in this episode, or should we save it for the next?
We shall save it for the next, because I can't think of anything right now.
All right, then. Is it almost time for a snacky snack? Is that it? Snacky snack?
It's time for a snacky snack.
Yep, cool. All right. Yeah, well, I mean, if you enjoy this podcast, why not say, hey, I enjoy this podcast, and go to your podcast app or iTunes or whatever and leave us a review. We haven't asked for that in a while, have we?
Wow.
No.
I forgot we can even do that.
Yeah, it's an actual thing. I don't know if it matters, but hey, why the fuck not? What does matter, though, is your support in other ways. Say, for example, if you see us on social media, @NicePodBud, you could interact with us. You could talk to us. You can be like, hey, I know those guys. They do a podcast. They're funny. Or you can say, haha, this podcast was so good. Share. Something like that. Or you can tell a friend. Or multiple friends. We don't care how many you tell. We're fucking obelisk, man.
Fuck the obelisk system.
Yeah. We want the asterisk system. Because an asterisk and obelix, an asterisk is like a star. It's got multiple points. You go out in every direction. You tell everyone you fucking know. Asterisk scheme. It's hard to say, so I'm going to give up on that already.
Yeah.
But yeah, @NicePodBud everywhere that we exist. But you can also really, really support the show by going to nicepodbud.com/Patreon and chucking a few dollars our way. That helps the running costs of a podcast, which they exist, unfortunately.
You don't even think about it until you start a podcast. You're like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
Why does this cost money?
Yeah, but you're not doing it just out of the goodness of your own fucking heart. I mean, Christ, you're getting something out of it. You get extra content in the form of bonus content. Because you like listening to the sultry tones of Scottish Brogan and whatever Wayne is. That's all.
Just two little people with silly little voices.
Yeah. And look, there's even a supporter level Patreon tier where we will send you shit in the mail every month.
And if you hate the podcast, you can also go to Patreon and pay us money to stop.
Oh, yeah, we haven't set that up yet. I was going to say, if you hate the podcast, go fuck yourself. But no. Go to Patreon, say, what the actual fuck. Like, you go to Patreon right now, post in the thread. Post the thread in there saying, I want you to stop, I will pay you. And then make an offer.
Yeah.
And we may accept. Yep. But look, you can also don't say that to us personally. That is only on the Patreon. But you can say things to us personally. You can
I am a sensitive child. Please do not say things like that to my face.
Yeah, Brogan is very sensitive. I know that. I know not to say things to Brogan.
That sounds like it's a joke, but it's really not. I am. I do not take criticism well.
Yeah. I don't even joke about it anymore.
No.
No. Look, to proof of that, I'm going to say you can go onto social media and be extremely kind and supportive of Brogan at 7 billion needles. The numeral 7, the words billion and needles.
And you should go on to all social media platforms and send at Wayne Geo a message that says shark titties.
Shark
no
titties!
Context, just send it that.
It can be your choice, TITTIES or TIDDIES. I will accept either. But yeah, anyway, thanks for stopping by and having a listen.
As always, stay fresh, cheese bags.